Financial Mistake family, we got another video today, and this one doesn't necessarily have to do with any car, but we're going to be doing it to our GR86. So we are going to the track next week. I think I mentioned it in my last video, but to go to the track, we have to get the car ready. So this video is pretty much just going through all the track prep that we need to do to get this car ready for the track day that we're going to. There's a bunch of things that we're gonna have to go through: suspension, oil, coolant, all your fluids, your air filter, your interior, your trunk. There's a bunch of shit. But we're gonna be going through all of that in this video, and we'll go step by step through everything that we do and everything that we check to get ready for our track day. So if you guys are going to the track or wanting to go to the track, this video will kind of show you what process I take to get the car ready. So let's get started. So first things first, we gotta take everything out of the interior. I basically took everything out already. The only thing that I left in is the floor mats, which we gotta take out because you can't have anything. So if you got floor mats in your car, make sure you take them out before you take the car to the track, or you'll have to leave your floor mats in the paddock of the track just laying out there. So I prefer to just take them out now before I go, and then we don't have to worry about it. But another thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be taking out the likewise Ghost shift knob that I have in there, and I'm just gonna be putting back my OEM one. The reason I'm doing that is that this is kind of like weighted, for one, and for two, it's round, which I prefer over like that long oval shape. So we're just gonna be putting this back in the car and taking that one out. And then that should be it. Just gotta take that stuff out, and then this car should be ready on the interior side. God, I forgot how good this feels. This feels so weird. I definitely wasn't used to it. Put this guy back in his box. There's a bunch of sand and shit on these carpets. Reach it. Oh my god, there's so much sand on this carpet. We just went to the beach yesterday. Oh no. We went to the beach yesterday and got so much sand. I also have rear carpets for some reason. Damn, I just got so much sand in there. Okay, the only thing I'm gonna leave in here is this, because this is how I mount the camera to the windshield. Super sick. It's a sea sucker.
What did he say?
And then I forget what this thing's called. It's like a Condor Blue quick. I don't know. But there's a quick release setup, so it just kind of comes off and comes back on however you want to mount it. But yeah, we're gonna leave this because that's how we put the camera while we're on the track. But other than that, everything else has been taken out. Even in here, there's nothing in here. Perfect. So let's move on to the trunk. I'm gonna be taking stuff out of the trunk. All right, in the trunk I don't have much. I only have this, which is the cover for that suction cup, the sea sucker that I have in there. And then this is my GoPro like attachment stuff and extra batteries and stuff. Not much in here. But what I am doing is, for one, I have to take this rubber mat out. They're not gonna allow me to run this. but also I'm gonna be gutting this entire trunk. So taking out all the plastic pieces, the only thing I'm gonna leave is obviously the sealer, but these are gonna come out. All of this is gonna come out, and everything that I have under here is gonna come out. And yeah, so just basic weight reduction, and yeah. So let's start taking all this shit out. It's also gonna be easier for me to get to my dampening adjustments for the coilovers, so I can adjust more easily on the fly. All right, trunk is gutted. Got nothing left in there. We are good to go. Everything else is from that point back. I can't gut, so everything else is there. But you can see right here, I have my coilover dampening adjustment. Same thing on this side, right over here. So that's cool because we can go ahead and adjust without having to take all the interior pieces out. Now we can just do it right from here. That part of this video is done. We are done gutting the trunk. We can go ahead and close this up. Now the last thing I want to do before I move on to all the suspension and stuff is the windshield. So I want to go ahead and fix this little crack that I have in the windshield. So we'll do that. Just got to clean it off first, and then we can use the repair kit that we have here. So let's get to that. All right, so I finished with the windshield. As you can see, you can barely see it. It's like right there. But, I mean, it's still there, but you can barely see it, so that's good. And when you feel it with your finger, you can, it almost feels like it's not there. But now, what I gotta do is I gotta turn the car on, let it idle, give it like 5 minutes or so, and then we can check the oil level, the coolant level, and the brake fluid level. So, let me turn the car on. Alright, I'm just going to check the oil level now, so I just got to pull the dipstick out. Clean it off first, and then that oil looks good. Look at that, it looks yellow. But let's throw it in, bring it back out. It looks pretty full already, actually. Check it one more time. And the AccuSump is closed right now, so. Zoom in on that. And it's about like right there. So we could fill it up a little bit more. So I'll probably put maybe like a quart in. Let's check one more time. Yeah, so we're kind of around like the half mark. This is what I saw last time too. So I have some extra Motul over there. I'm just gonna add some Motul in and then we'll recheck. All right, while the car is running and stuff, we might as well check this other stuff. So coolant right here. We're looking at it. It actually looks pretty low. So we definitely want to add some coolant in here. And then the brake fluid looks fine. So if you look at that reservoir right there, the brake fluid is already at the max fill, so that's good. All right, so we just need some coolant. And I don't know if it's because the car is running. So maybe when I turn the car off, it'll go back up, but it looks pretty good. I think it's just oil we need to add a little bit more of. And then our fluid should be good. Actually, yeah. We should be good. This is the oil. It's not just a oil. This guy. That feels kind of right. All right, let's check. Yeah, I feel like I could use more. It's okay to overfill too. All right, let's look at the level. Yeah, it's like right at the top dot. You see that? I don't know if the camera can see that, but see the oil is like right at the top dot. That's what we want. So we are good on oil. I'm gonna have to go to Subaru and get some more coolant because it's at the low line. So it's good, it's just really low. So we'll have to get some, and it's at the reservoir, it's not inside of the actual system. So we will go and get some more and put some in there, but I'll probably do that off camera. All right, so now that we checked that, the only thing we have to check is the air filter. We checked the brake fluid, we checked the coolant, we checked the oil. Oil's good now. So yeah, just the air filter, make sure the air filter is not dirty. If it is dirty, then since we're going to Subaru anyway, we can get a new one. But let's just check it out and see what it looks like. Other than that, in here is good. Then we'll just have to check the suspension. But I don't think this is, I'm pretty sure this is a performance air filter. It looks pretty good. There's not like 10,000 leaves in it or anything. It looks pretty decent, but I want to say this is like a performance air filter because the one that I put on the BRZ was different from this. And the performance one I think is like red. I mean, that could be bullshitting. I don't even fucking know. All right, as you guys can probably tell, I changed my clothes. We are on day 2 of this install. Yesterday was Easter, so we didn't have enough time to finish everything. But the good thing is we don't have much left. So I think the only thing left right now is suspension, making sure everything's tight, making sure the collars are tight, making sure my tires have enough tread or switching to the stock set, and my dampening settings on the coilovers, making sure they're all even and they're at a good setting. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift the car up and then we're gonna take all 4 wheels off and put it on jack stands. Take all 4 wheels off, check every corner of it, check the brakes too, and make sure everything is good. All right, now that all the wheels are out, let's go check the suspension, check the brakes, and then last thing we'll do is check the tires. So let me move you guys over a little bit closer so you can see what I'm gonna be checking out, where to look at, and what to look for. So now that we're down here, there's a few things to look at, right? So we have our coilovers here. We got 2 collars, locking collars, right? We wanna check, make sure that they're not loose. So the entire assembly can move upward, but the collar itself should not be able to move from the thread that it's at. So if it does, if you do, like, let's say move it a little bit and lift it, make sure you push it back down so that it's back into the body here, the little bottom piece of it. So to make sure that it's tight, you know, it's tight in there. So we're gonna do the same thing with the bottom collar. So we're gonna check to see, can we turn this bottom collar? And with these specifically, we have hexes which kind of lock it into place, right? You don't want to put a lot of pressure, just enough to see if it'll move. It doesn't. Perfect. All right, so we want to check our pads too. Let's see how much pad life we have. So I'm gonna grab a flashlight, it's my phone really. I'm gonna check how much pad we have still. Okay, so we have a good amount of pad life still on here. Oh yeah, yeah. So our pads are good. Don't have to worry about the pads. Check both sides of the pads, obviously the front and the back, because you have 2 pads. And make sure, you know, it's not unevenly wearing, because it does happen sometimes if your caliper is kind of fucked up. Mine isn't. They both have a good amount of life. So pads are good. The collars on the coilover is good. Just check brake lines, just make sure nothing is leaking. I haven't done anything with the brake lines, so I wouldn't expect anything to happen, but check it anyway. All right, next thing we want to check is we're just going to grab like maybe a monkey wrench, something that's adjustable, and we want to check the sway bar end links. Make sure the nuts on those are tight. Make sure the nuts on the ends of them are tight. Looks good. If you wanted to, really, you can, because this is adjustable, because we're not trying to actually adjust it, right? We just want to know if it moves. So you can kind of grab it and just, you know, very lightly. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it, because we're not actually tightening or loosening. We're just checking to see if it is tight. Perfect. Check the nuts on the actual coilover, make sure that those aren't moving, right? And we're not actually trying to move them. We're just seeing if they do move on their own, if they're loose, right? We're gonna wanna check the hub bolts. So the hub bolts that connect your coilovers to your hub, you wanna check those. They feel good. And check the other side also. Good. Check the bottom one. Also good. That feels good. Feels good. Okay, everything looks good. The last thing I want to do is I want to grease this up, right? Because I think I told you guys about this before, but I'm not sure. With Fortunato coilovers, there's a lot of people that will say that this starts to squeak. And it's something that is happening to me also. So my suspension is squeaking. And so I just got some grease to be able to grease this up. So we got to grease wherever the thing goes into the shaft, wherever the shaft goes into the body. That's where we want to grease. I believe it's down here. Let me see, because I reached out to Fortunato, they're awesome. So they sent me a picture of where I should be greasing it. So let's just check it out real quick. So that is under this right here. So we have to pull this like dust boot cover off, and up and off, and then grease it basically in there, and then we can put the cover back on. Right there where the dust boot just came off of, that's where I'm gonna grease this. If you have Fortunatos and you're having the same issue, then like just a squeaking anytime you hit a bump, then you might want to grease that section right there. And you know what? I'll actually leave this to the end because I have to use gloves and everything, but this corner is done. We checked everything, checked the brakes, we checked the coilovers, we checked the collars on the coilovers, we checked the bolts to the hub, the 2 of them, checked that there's no brake fluid kind of just dripping out anywhere. We checked the sway bar end link, and we checked the tie rod end, made sure everything was tight, and it is. So this corner is done. We're gonna be doing the exact same thing on the driver's side, and then we'll move on to the back. So, all right, we are now on the back side of the car, and we're gonna be doing basically the exact same thing, but we're gonna be looking at a couple other things, right? Because in the back here, we also have upper control arms. So we wanna check those bolts in the back and make sure that they are not loose, and make sure that the camber adjustment on the control arm is not loose either. Other than that, I think most of it is the same. So we're gonna check the pads, make sure the pads have life. We're gonna check the upper control arm bolt, make sure that that's not loose. We are going to, yep, that looks good. Brake lines, make sure the brake lines aren't loose. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did to the front of the car, to the back. We're gonna, well, I didn't grease them yet, but we're gonna grease the shaft there where it goes into the coilover, and just make sure it's nice and greased so that we don't have all that crazy noise going on. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, all right, cool. So that's that. I'm gonna check the other side, do the same thing, just check everything, check the pads, check every single bolt, make sure every single bolt is tight, check the collars. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll grease up the shaft, and then we'll check our tires to see how much tire wear is left on the tires. And we should be done after that. All right, so Fortunato didn't really tell me how much of this stuff I'm supposed to put on there, but I'm assuming we want like a fat glob of it, because it has to go inside and kind of spread it out on the inside. So I'm just gonna grab like, that might be too much. I didn't think this through either. All right, hold on. Let's grab less, and we'll just kind of spread it in there. Damn. All right, so we'll just kind of slap that bad boy back in its place. There we go. Give it some nice spins. And we got the dust boot back in its place. All right, so we're just gonna do that all 4 sides. Last thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be checking these tires and the tread on them to see how much tread we got left. So I'm gonna take this little meter here, and when you push this needle in, it pushes farther and it tells you how much tread you got left. So basically what we do is slap the needle inside one of these ridges and push down, and let's see what we're at. So we are at like 4, which is extremely close. Oh shit. It's extremely close to that red. So yeah, these are probably not good to go on the track. We'll probably have to use our stock tires. All right, so we'll slap the stock tires on. All right, I'm sweating, but we're gonna run this next track day with the stock tires on the car, and we will save these for whatever's left of them for the road. Stock tires should be fine. So let's swap those in. And with that, we are finally done with this video. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. We went through a bunch of different things within this to get the car ready for the track, and I can confidently say we are ready for this weekend coming up. So the only thing I think we have left to do is get coolant and change the dampening on the suspension. So my plan is on Friday, before we leave to go to the hotel, because Sebring is like 2 hours away, I'm gonna drop in and get some coolant from Subaru so we can fill it up, fill it to the full level. And then on the day of the track day, sorry, on the Saturday, so Saturday morning is my first track day, I will dial in the dampening. I'm probably gonna put it at like 3/4 stiff and see how it feels at the track, and then adjust from there. But yeah, for now we're done. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. With every video, we gain a few subscribers, which is awesome. I appreciate it so freaking much. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Every single person that subscribes to me is a blessing, and I really do appreciate it. If you guys like this video, please like. If you have any questions about any of the process that I went through, or just taking the car to the track in general, leave a comment down. I'll answer your comments. And if you want to reach out to me personally, I can give you some information within the comments. And if you like this video and my previous videos and you want to keep watching, please subscribe so that I'll be on your feed and you guys can watch my next video. So track day is going to be video. For the first track day is going to be releasing 2 weeks from when this video releases out. All right, y'all. Peace.